The Struggling Artist Record Club is a vinyl record subscription service where I hunt and curate the best punk and punk-adjacent music out there and mail their record to your door each and every month. Imagine finding your new favorite band from across the country without ever having to leave the house. It doesn't get much better than that. The excitement of discovering new music just got that much easier. As a member of the Struggling Artist Record Club, you are going to receive some of the best music you've ever heard from bands you may never even heard of. Whether you've been collecting records for years or just starting out, the Struggling Artist Record Club is designed specifically for you. And right now, all new members get a Struggling Artist Record Club exclusive along with the monthly selection. So head to StrugglingArtistRecordClub.com, pick a membership, and start building that collection today. Are you a band, artist, or event coordinator and tired of being a victim to the algorithm? Do your show announcements get lost with fans missing out on your gigs? Well, say goodbye to that hassle, because the StrugglingArtistPodcast.com has just launched a brand new, super easy event submission form. You just fill out the event or band name, the show details, and then you hit submit, and that's it. Your event instantly appears on the beautiful new interactive calendar, keeping your fans in the know. It's the simplest way to get your show or your event in front of the right people. No more missed gigs, no more missing a show due to an algorithm. Submit your next show or event in just 30 seconds. Go to the StrugglingArtistPodcast.com and click on Event Submission now.
You're listening to the Struggling Artist Podcast.
People need to be entertained. They need the distraction.
With your host, Trev Allen.
I wish to God that somebody would do something to block out the voices in my head for 5 minutes.
Hello, everybody. Today, our guest is the Boston hardcore band Tension Scale. This band was born from the fires of the love for the movie The Burbs. This was an awesome conversation. It was cool to get to know everybody. And yeah, you're going to enjoy it. Stick around to the end of the episode to hear a track from their demo EP, It's Not Them. This is episode 371 of the Struggling Artist Podcast, Struggling with Tension Scale.
Tension scale, Rube.
That's great. All right, so I guess I'm gonna hit it right off the rip with this. Obviously, everyone's a big fan of the Burbs here. Yeah, so, was that intentional when you guys were like, "Hey, let's do a hardcore band and have it be about the Burbs"?
Yeah.
Oh, it was from the design. Yeah.
It's kind of The Burbs is kind of like our comfort food movie, and we've seen it so many times we can quote the entire thing, and that's why people hate watching us with it.
Yeah, do not watch the movie with these two, because they will say the lines like 5 seconds before the lines are actually
We're
delivered.
excited. I'm sorry. What do you want?
So I had some time between singing in Razors in the Night and playing bass and singing in Bricks and Mortar between tours, and I just started writing a record based on the movie, and I just had so much to work with. I think in total right now we've got 15 songs.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Not done. They're all
not done. They're all. I've written 15 songs, but the band knows like 10.
Hell yeah! That's awesome. And like everyone was just like, yeah, let's do this. You know, was it just like everyone was like excited about this?
I was like, hey, I got this idea, and I mean, most of us are in other bands also, so we're like, hey, we want to do this fun thing. It just so happens that we live in a cul-de-sac, and everyone lives in the neighborhood, so I just asked neighborhood people, and they were like, fuck yeah,
That's the thing that I think that is cool about the band is that it's like it has this like real tie to a movie about neighbors, and then there's this whole meta aspect of it where it's like the personnel of the band are also all neighbors.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Now, did you all know each other like before you all lived in the same neighborhood? Like, was there like from other bands and projects and everything?
Kind of, sort of.
I knew of John through another band I was in called Hardly, through our friend Andrew Abramowitz. Was in another band, Drowning Man, and they had broken up and they needed a singer for another record. So John tried out singing in that band. I'm very familiar with John's older band. We let us say it, yeah. One King Down.
Yeah.
And Lowe knew Jay through a different way. I mean, through John through a different way.
I went to college with your high school BFF.
Yeah. Yeah,
So but we lost touch with each other. So my story in connection with these two is when I first moved to the Boston area, I knew you through the kids that I went to school with.
The Syracuse connection.
Then we lost touch with one another, and then you were walking your old Cripsy through the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And my ex saw them and was like, "Oh, there's these punks that live in our neighborhood. You should meet them."
This girl wearing Razors and a Nightshirt was just walking down the street.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, hey, John."
Yeah, and it's like, "Oh, we already know each other. That's a weird twinky dink.
Yeah.
You live a couple blocks that way. Oh, cool."
That's awesome.
And then Jay is our
three houses down
on our street.
Right on.
And
Jay, how did you get all like into music, playing drums?
I mean, I've been out now since I was pretty much in high school, like on and off, and just playing in various projects, live stuff, a lot of recorded stuff, and I'm always kind of passing by Troy and Lauren, and like one day Troy was just like, "Hey, I got this thing," and I was like, "Let's try it out," and it took off.
Right on. So do you guys throw like neighborhood parties and like play and just play? Yeah, that's awesome.
We do.
That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, they're outside of. We've been throwing parties in Salem, like Halloween parties and whatnot, 4th of July barbecues and whatnot, for years.
Yeah.
We haven't thrown a
It's not a attention scale party.
Yeah.
It's just different parties in Salem, in our neighborhood.
Yeah. Right on. Well, so tell me about like when did you decide this was going to happen? Like, when did this become a thing?
I think I started recording guitar, bass, and vocals, in my home studio, and then I let everyone listen to it. I had Lorek in mind for singing from the beginning. She had sung a song for her old band, Vagiant, while she was playing drums. And I just thought she'd be great doing it. And I was like, would you be into doing this? And she'd like, fuck it, yeah, why not? And then I recorded stuff with me singing. And then I let John and Jay listen to it. And I was like, hey, this is what it's going to sound like. And I don't know.
You see, it's funny because like, I don't know if we ever really talked about this. You had said that you had something brewing. And I said, yeah, keep me in mind, I'd love to check it out, see what's going on. And then I came over one night and jammed, and it was you weren't doing anything yet. It was just you and Jay, I think, if memory serves. Jay, keep me honest.
Yep,
And then all of a sudden it was just like, okay, these are the songs. Like, learn these songs, and I'm just like, all right. And then
So I guess I'm in the band.
So I guess I'm in the band.
I hope you want to be because you are.
John and I had been in another band previous to this as well,
Yeah.
so we've played together before.
Yeah.
Right on.
It just kind of came together.
Yeah,
like that.
It kind of did. And Jay was in Lon Chaney Jr. He played drums in that band prior to this.
Yeah. Now, Lorek, is this the first time you've like been like in the forefront of a project like this?
Front man, yeah. I've only played drums in bands for 20 years. Like Troy said, I did sing on one song. It's called "Ew a Troll." It's Tijuana Sweetheart at that point. That was on that album. And I literally had zero endurance and we would try to play it live, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, play drums and sing a song at the same time. I'm gonna die. So I didn't have any formal training except for singing, Bon Jovi and Journey at karaoke parties. So I actually did a little bit of work because I was like, there's no way I can keep up with
Roomba.
Yeah, but you have
okay.
you have the skills though that you can't train for. You have the
like
attitude.
kicking and pointing.
Yeah.
Lots of pointing.
Yeah,
Lots of squatting.
Burping into the microphone,
Yes.
which everyone loves.
No one needed to teach you how to do that.
No.
Yeah, it's all natural.
You're
Yeah.
natural.
But it's because it's hardcore, so I don't have to sing and like, I mean, I can sing okay sometimes, and it has to be situational, like in the car, in the shower, whatever. But so it's not so much singing as screaming, which I'm very good at, and I've been doing since I literally was born. So I'm just turning it into entertainment for other people. Hopefully they like it.
Right on. I don't 'cause, like just from listening to It's Not Them. It just seems like a lot of fun right off the rip. You know what I mean? Like, and if you know the movie, you can kind of follow along, and I think you'll pick up on some of the things real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've been really lucky with the interviews and stuff that we've done and the reviews we've gotten. I honestly, when I put this together, I was like, nobody is going to understand this, and that's 100% cool with me. I've been surprised by the amount of fanfare that this movie gets, and that the people who have reviewed it are like, one of my favorite movies of all time, The Burbs, and this hardcore band is doing it. And I was like floored. I was like, wow.
It's
And what's funny though? Go ahead, Jay.
No, it's fine. No, I was just going to say it's brought that to light for me too. Like, I never realized how much of a cult favorite it was. Like, we grew up on it, but like I never knew that it was like such a huge relevant thing still. So it was like to see that, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, there's a rabid fan base.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Which I also
Yeah.
didn't. I mean, I knew that it was like me and Troy and our friend Todd, who lives in New York now, but is from up here. We literally like he'll come up and visit and stay with us for a weekend. Like we'll go to a show or whatever, and then we'll literally come home and put the Burbs in at like 2 a.m, watch it all the way through,
And then we'll watch it again.
Watch it again until the sun comes up, and then maybe take a nap, and then watch it again at noon. And the three of us, like always, we just like do the whole.
We've been doing that for years.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I feel like, well, it's just the three of us. No one else cares. We'll just do this.
No, it's. I think it's it's a movie. I mean, I loved it growing up, and whenever it's one of those ones for me. It's not always in my mind, but if I see it on or if I like come across it, I'm like, oh, we're gonna check out the Burbs. We're gonna check the Burbs again.
And it's fun to introduce people who haven't seen it. And actually, what's funny, my favorite part of the response so far actually isn't even the people who are like, holy shit, my favorite movie. It's people who have never seen it and listen to the album and are like, oh my god, this is so great, like the lyrics are so great. I'm like, do you even know what they mean? Like they're literally all quotes from the movie. There's not a single thing in any of these songs that's not from the movie directly, and maybe like tweaked a little bit. And she's like when the way you deliver that line where you go in Pinocchio, and I'm like, and you've never even seen that scene. You have no idea what that is, and you think it's great. Like that's actually almost better. And then I'd like send her the YouTube clip of it. I'm like, see, this is what it's from. It's hilarious, right?
It's like somebody whose only frame of reference to Star Wars is if they saw Spaceballs.
Right, exactly. Right, you're a tiny guy with a giant helmet, right?
Yeah. It's like you don't get once you get the original, then you're hooked even more. Yeah.
Right. So I think
Pinocchio! Where are you going?
yeah.
How do you take something like the Burbs, right? And then you're like, I'm just gonna write these songs that have everything to do with to me that's like a big creative exercise, no?
I'm a crazy person.
Yeah, you're a great lyricist, and that's where it kind of comes from, like the way you rhyme shit and the way you put things together. But you also had a lot of time on your hands at the time when you were doing it. So
yeah, I get crazy ideas and like I have to do it, and that this is just like an idea that I had been thinking about it for a long time, and I had words in my head for a very long time. So much so that I was like, I'm going to write a song. And then I was like, oh, wow, I'm going to write another song. And the way I write music is like, at least for the bands that I've been in, is backwards to how most people write music. I write the words first, and I get like a cadence of how I want the words to sound. And then I write the music to the words. So
based off the cadence. Yeah.
So take that and then try to explain that to other people who don't write like that.
It's a bit of a challenge. It's a bit of a puzzle to crack the code and figure out like the things that Troy's putting together, and how we make it work. But that's also part of the fun of it too, is being able to figure out what's coming out of somebody else's brain, but in the context of this movie that we all love and that we all want to pay homage to, and sort of like mash it together and massage it until it takes a shape that everybody gets. And the song Green Sky that we were talking about before we started to roll, like that's the perfect example. Troy sent me his idea for Green Sky, and I listened to his recording, and I said, and I straight up said this to you, I was like, dude, I have no idea how to wrap my brain around these parts. And now it's the catchiest thing, and like I hum it all the time, and so it's like once you crack the code, it's like I'm in.
What's also funny too is that there's the names, of course, are specific to the lines in the songs. But even like I had a friend who is a Burbs fan, and when I was teasing it out first on social media before we announced anything or had the album out, she replied being like, "Oh my God, you guys better be doing a song called Green Sky." And just based on knowing the movie and like that iconic scene with Corey Feldman, so I'm like, "Yep, we actually are." So I guess that works.
When I first wrote that, I was one of my friends, Swid, the bass guitarist from Razors, who actually him and Ian from Razors are the ones who recorded the record, and they've actually gotten pretty decent praise for that we recorded it in our basement with some like SM58s, and they just did it. They're amazing at what they do, and he's like, "Hey, I'm good at a drum machine. Throw me the tracks, and I'll lay some drum tracks on it." And I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, it'll take me like 5 minutes." I said, "All right." So I sent it to him. A day goes by, half a day goes by, and I get a text, and he's like, "I have no idea what the hell you are doing with this song, man." And when he was recording us, he was like, "Dude, is that the riff that you sent me?" I was like, "Yes." He's like, "I never in a million years would have figured this is how it was supposed to go." So, and one other thing to add,
Troy's brain.
Yeah.
when I write this stuff and then I introduce it to the band, the end result is different. Like everyone kind of like melds it and kind of makes it theirs. So you'd be able to hear similarities in the song, but what the end product is definitely a result of the four of us together massaging everything and making it what it ends up being.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, was it just like kind of like kismet, like chemistry between everyone right away, or was it? Because I know you said it took you a minute to figure out the songs and stuff, but like I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like the way it's not them portrays to me is just like everything's just seamless. Like you guys were just like, all right, we know what to do, and just did it.
There's been some workshop and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think any, creative endeavor, songwriting being no exception, like, you gotta, there's a ton that happens outside of the field of view, and in this case, the field of view is like however long the song is, right? So there's all the stuff that happens to get it to that point. But I don't think, and I think this is what I think maybe you're implying is like, it seems like it kind of all fell into place. I do feel like there is a, an ease, a cohesion, like it's like, okay, yeah, I talk about cracking the code and figuring out, how your brain is thinking of this part, but it's not like it's rocket science. It's, there's still an ease to that. And I think, at least for me, it's because we've been in a band before.
Yeah.
So I kind of speak enough Troy, right?
Right.
Kind of help.
John at practice a lot of times when I introduce something, he'll be like, "All right, everyone stop. I think I speak enough Troy to figure out what he's trying to do."
Yeah.
But Trev, to your point, I think we're also friends outside of this band.
Yeah.
So I think that that adds a lot of like the fun and like kind of emotional charge behind a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We also we released it earlier this month, so like almost a month ago, and we started working on stuff together. I mean, he started writing stuff way long time ago, but like we started working on stuff together in like March, right? I think is when our first like
I feel like
full
that's
practice
right.
was.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have, and actually it was kind of nice to not have like an immediate thing to figure out, or like we have to release the album at this time, we have to do a show at this time. We're like, let's just pull some songs together and see what happens.
Yeah.
And it was super chill for like the first like 3 months, you know, and,
Yep.
and then we're like, okay, this is going somewhere, so let's start putting a plan together.
We were able to take advantage of the new band relationship feel.
Yeah.
We're still, you know what I mean? There's
New
that.
relationship energy.
yeah.
The new band
NRE.
relationship energy.
Yeah.
Because
The
when, you know,
honeymoon stage. The honeymoon stage.
Yeah, we're in the-
exactly, because you know when a band starts being really active, it becomes more routine, more like a business. So I'm fully taking advantage of just doing whatever the fuck right now, because you know eventually it becomes, all right, when are we booking? Who's around? What's the next show? When are we recording? And that's inevitable, and I think we all know that because we've all been in bands before. But why not just take advantage of, let's fuck around and write some shit and see what happens, you know?
I also wasn't entirely, in the beginning, wasn't entirely sure it was going to work for me. I'm like, I could try this and then like lose my voice the second day we practice, or realize that it just didn't feel great, or I didn't like the way I sounded. And I actually didn't. For a very long time, I didn't like the way I sounded. I was super self-conscious, and I thought I was going to sound like shit. And I'm like, I sound like an angry boy. And I still think I sound like an angry boy, but now I'm like, okay with that. And that's like the sound we're going for.
I mean, she kind of is an angry boy anyway,
exactly.
so...
But I was really not prepared for this to go out into the world until it did, you know, like even then I was like, oh God, everyone's going to be like, ew, who's singing? But, you know, that didn't happen, or they're just too afraid to tell me that I'm bad. So
initially, I don't think we were even going to release the demo. It was just kind of for us to like hear what we sound like. But it ended up being so good. We were like, I mean, might as well. This is a good version of what we're trying to do. A good representation. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was
It's
funny.
live, it's raw.
When I originally got the email from Lorek, I think I was like, oh, what's this? And like because I get like a ton of stuff. And it's usually from. I'll be honest with you, like there's only like 2 PR people, like actual PR people that I will fuck with, and the rest I just kind of like, you know. But I when I get them from people direct, I have a tendency to look at that more. I don't know why, but I just do. That's just how I'm built. And I was like, oh, I know who Lorek is. You know, we've had you on before with Down Halls and Duck and Cover that a couple last year. Yeah,
it was like a year ago. That's insane.
Yeah. And so I was like, let's see what this is all about. And then you had the link in there, and I just started listening right away. I was like, this is awesome. And I didn't even pick up on like every song was the Burbs at first, because I was just like trying to get the feel for it. And I'm like, all right, I like this. And I think I got back to you pretty quick, and I was like, yeah, let's do something, you know? Yeah. And like, it's what I like is, well, what one is like, I don't know. Like I said, it's just fun. Like I have a tendency to like I don't write songs. I'm really bad. I've tried a million times. I can't do it. But like I do write, and like whenever I write, I usually write real serious shit, real like fucking bleak things, and like so when I find something that's fun, I'm like, God damn it, I wish I could do that. Like I wish I could just, like I've done fun stuff, like funny stuff before, but like not like this is great, because it's you took your craft and just like we're like, hey, we're gonna make this, like we're gonna implement our favorite movie. We're gonna have our friends in the band. Like we're just gonna have fun with this.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, you could listen to like Hard Camo and just like I could just see people fucking just smashing into each other.
Well, see, that's the thing. I feel like it's the perfect mix, because it could go. I mean, it did. I would hope no one thought this when they listened to it, but there's like jokey, like hardcore jokey music that's like about a funny thing, and it's jokey, like it's funny. It's not supposed to be serious in any way.
Right,
this is
right.
like the topic is funny. So technically, it's about a movie that's funny, and the lines that are written are funny, some of them. But the music itself is like serious hardcore.
Oh yeah.
I mean, some of it's got a little. You can't write just serious hardcore. It's like
I throw some oi into it because that's kind of what I do.
But it's like a perfect mix. But I feel like the music is actually good and solid in the genre that it's supposed to be, that hopefully people don't think, oh, this is a joke band,
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't think people are going to think that at all. I think they're going to think fun. If I guess if they know the Burbs.
Yeah.
Has anybody not known the Burbs?
Yeah, so that's what it is. So our Helen McWilliams from One Fall and The Giant, and she lives down the street. She came to the recording session for a little while. She heard it and was like, "Oh my god!" And she literally was so excited about it. But everything that she was giving us as like her feedback was like, "Oh, this part in this song is so badass. This sounds so cool. Your voice sounds great here. Like the guitar riff here is amazing." It was just like musicality, right? And like she's the one that had never seen the movie.
Yeah.
So she literally had no idea what any of the lines were about or what it was for, but she was still commenting on them just like from a musical perspective.
Hell
which
yeah.
Was, good to hear.
Like when I was propositioning the vision, I said, yes, that this movie is like, it's a horror comedy and from the 80s, and it's a type of horror comedy that they don't really make anymore.
Yeah.
And I want to capture that. I want to capture the paranoia of the neighborhood, but I want to do it seriously. Like, I don't want this to be a joke band. I want it, the subject matter that it's about is funny, but I want to approach it seriously. So that was kind of the idea when I threw it out to everybody.
Hell yeah. No, I like that. And I like that. So like, I think that's when you have. So I'm working on a project right now where like it's really honed in. It's definitely like a homage thing to XYZ, right? And people who like that, like they're all like they think what this thing I'm creating is awesome, right? They think like it's an interactive like game thing. So people are like, this is so good, but it's like, yeah, but it's because it's set in this realm that already.
Yeah.
Now, if we take that element out, is it going to be as fun? That's my thing. And I feel like that's the feedback you just got, though. You got that from someone who didn't know the Burbs. And you know what I mean? Like that. I feel like that's such a huge, like, compliment to your creativity.
No, from her especially, because she's an awesome musician.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's also other friends who haven't seen it that are inspired to now see the movie before they come to our show, so that they can like maybe get more of the references.
Yeah.
Who directed that? They should be giving you some royalties. Who is it?
Joe Dante.
You should be getting some royalties now for that. That's awesome. Like,
I actually reached out to the production company that owns the rights to the movie and told them what we were doing and said that I wanted to, use some samples from the movie and I'd like to go about this to like the legal way. Please contact me. And I even like screenshot it with the time and everything, and they never got back to me. And I went to Harry Fox to see if we could get rights to samples, but they only do rights to music.
Okay.
So
I don't know. Maybe it's got to be different then for sampling of like because it's not like you're sampling the footage. You're just sampling the sound, right? Yeah. Because
but hopefully no one finds out.
Yeah, I mean,
I know.
Please don't sue.
I mean,
we're just poor people.
We wouldn't respond anyway because they can't sue a non-entity.
So I just had someone on recently who used like movie samples for their album as well, and we were talking about it's kind of like a lost art. Like you don't see that as much anymore.
Yeah. I know. Yep.
I feel like we did a pretty good balance on the album, and we're gonna have a couple with the live show. But I feel like it can be too much sometimes. Like there's some bands that put out an album where there's literally a sample between every single song, and some of them are like over 30 seconds, and that gets to be a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a balancing act.
Yeah.
Sure.
Lorek and John kind of keep me in check because I'm more of one to overdo it sometimes. So
you have the whole movie on the whole time, right? The whole show. Just have the movie.
They're my guardrails, so I listen.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. No, I like that. I think I don't know. I don't know if that speaks of the time, like growing up and listening to things and they had that, or even like I remember radio shows would sample stuff like that all the time.
Yeah, sure. Like Skinny Puppy or.
I feel like it was a really 90s hardcore thing.
Yeah, I think it was a 90s
you catch
thing.
a lot of that in a lot of 90s hardcore, which, we're all
kind of doing.
Yeah.
Hip hop did that a lot too. I remember a lot of the sampling. With
Ministry
sampling
was like another one that did a ton of samples.
Ministry worked it into the music though too. Yeah.
Yeah, Skinny Puppy kind of did the same thing.
Yeah, I remember Skinny Puppy. Holy shit, I haven't heard that band in a long time. That's awesome. Yeah, so I mean, look, this is I think this project is great. It's like I said, it seems like you guys are having a ton of fun. Now, what if like, can you get this in front of like Corey Feldman? Can you get this to him?
We're gonna try. I'd love to, because I mean, he seems like the type of person that would be like, "Fuck yeah!"
You would think. We've been just. I follow. I follow the account. The Attention Scale account follows his account. Which I don't know if you follow his account on Instagram, but you should, because it is bonkers. He just had his giant birthday party where he planned an entire festival for himself and pretty much just performed for himself. I don't know. It's amazing. It's amazing.
If he wants to open up for us, I'm down.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like you guys would play, like it would play to his ego in a way. Like he would be like, "Oh yeah, let's take you guys, like take you guys with Fred Durst on the road." You know what I mean? Like,
is that what he does?
Yeah, he's toured with Limp Bizkit for a while now with his music.
Wow.
He's got a lot of friends. People love him.
I mean, he's Corey Feldman.
Yeah. Well, we have one song that is not released yet, but will be on the next demo called Ricky.
Oh yeah.
Which is about Ricky Butler, which is his character.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of great lines. I think he'd really like it. So when that comes out, I'm definitely gonna do more of a direct.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. So
What? No.
Is it you, John?
I forget what the connection was, but it was something having to do with like I think
Tony Hawk went into Amoeba Records, and he does some show, I guess, where they film.
Oh yeah, it was an episode of What's in My Bag. You ever see that Amoeba Records? They do. It's a series. It's like a web series they do called What's in My Bag, and they'll get an artist to come in, and then they shop, and then
I've seen that.
And it's like Tony Hawk's pulling out. I bought this Bjork record. I bought this Bad Brains record. I bought The Burbs on Blu-ray because I lost mine or something like that. And I don't know. It just made me think that like what you're talking about with Corey Feldman. Tom Hanks, rebroadcasts a lot of stuff. That circulates around like his movies and things like that. And so I think what I said to you guys was, if there's a way to let the celebrities know about what we're doing, they may signal boost it for us in some way or something.
Yeah.
I tell you, those Corey heads are insane. They were, So I used to write like film reviews for a horror website. And
which one? I did that in Letterboxd.
Oh, really? Yeah. So there was, they're called modernhorrors.com. They're still around. I was there. I was a contributor there for a few years, and I would always get like the movie like Clown Town, like movies like that, And I had gotten one where Corey Feldman played a trans vampire, and I had to I'm trying to think of the name.
Don't transpire.
Yeah. And I can't. The name's Corbin Nash is the name of the movie. Okay. And basically, this movie was the director and the main actor, who has gone on that guy has been in like he was on like Game of Thrones. Like he's been in some shit now. But like I felt like this movie was made to show what the brother as a director could do and what he could do as like an action guy, right?
Yeah.
And they made this movie and like it was great. Like I gave it like I gave it an above average like scoring. And when it went live, this was back when I was on Twitter, back when it was Twitter. He didn't like my review.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was like, "This guy's no fan of mine." And I'm like, I was like the biggest Corey fan when I was a kid.
Oh wow!
Right? I watched all of his movies, like Goonies and
hell yeah,
all of them. So I was like, I have someone hit me up from the website. They're like, "You need to get on Twitter." So I had so many like new follows and people just like attacking me.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was so much fun, and it was just really fun. And like, and he like, he just like he doesn't, he's not a fan of mine. This is a subpar review of the film, and I was like, it got like a 6.5 on the rating scale. I'm like, out of 10, that's above. Yeah, I don't know. It was just really funny. So, if you can get this song in front of them, they're the ones that will blow the top off for you. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Have you heard of Freaky Tales or seen that yet?
No.
You should check that out. It's Tom Hanks is in it, and it's awesome.
What is it? Is it like a horror movie?
Yeah, it's kind of like, remember Suburbia from like 1981?
Yeah.
That like punk rock movie of like Oakland, California type thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that, but it's also hip hop mixed in with it. It's like that type of movie with a bigger budget and lots of karate.
And there's a lot of cameos too.
Lots of cameos, but
Yeah.
some of the cameos you're like, what?
That's funny. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. But yeah, no, Corey Feldman. I think you guys. I think you would love the new song that hasn't been released or recorded yet. Yeah. So.
Well, hopefully.
Nice.
Yeah.
As long as we don't tell him that we talked to you, because he's like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
no.
I gave you a better
horrible
review.
review.
By
Fucking
association.
trans.
Hilarious if he has like a fucking list
Probably
of
just
people.
framed and like it's on his dartboard.
So I mean, again, like the following, the cult following of just the movie alone, right? Like, I think you guys could like bring, I don't know, like horror movie conventions. You guys could probably play one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, I think there's a lot of opportunity here for this project. I don't know if you guys really put much thought into it or not, but I see it as like, it's good. Like it's good hardcore. So you have now bridged that gap. You know what I mean? Like, you are the bridge between hardcore music and like cult horror comedy film. You know, I think it could go far. Do you guys have any intention on, outside of it just being a fun project you're going to play a couple shows with, or you guys going to run with this or what?
Yeah, I mean, we'll run with it, see what happens. I mean, we've all been in professional bands before, so we'll do the thing and see who bites and what kind of offers we get. And as long as, we can still hold all the rights to our stuff and have a good time with it, then yeah, why not?
That actually would be fun to play horror convention, or like do a screening of the Burbs at like Salem Cinema, and instead of like Goblin playing in front of Suspiria, it's like us playing, not the score obviously, but like
I would
broken
love
up.
to do stuff like that. And Salem's a great place for that because they let bands play it's like the old movie theater that has the weird pictures kind of thing, like indie films and whatnot. And they'll let bands play, so that'd be awesome if they were playing the Burbs we opened up for the movie.
That would be cool. I think that would be cool. I've never seen that before, and I would like love to see something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be cool as hell. Or like, what's the one? They used to have the Rock and Shock one. They used to have Rock and Shock.
Yeah, in Worcester Palladium.
Yeah, and they would do the music at the Palladium, and everything else was at the DCU Center. And like, I'd been there. I went there. My buddy used to work there, so he just like, hey, come in and see, all these people. And I go around.
There.
Did you really? That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't playing. He was just there to sign stuff.
Yeah. I remember I seen. It was funny. Because sometimes I just can't shut my fucking mouth. Right. We were walking in, and I'm like, who's this Misfits motherfucking wannabe, blah, blah, blah. And it turned around, it was Doyle. I'm like, oh, you are the motherfucker. Never mind, And he started laughing. He's like, I'm like, all right, you're cool.
Who was it?
It was Doyle.
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
Oh,
Out of all the people, how do you mistake that for anyone else?
Yeah, he's tall. And I was just like,
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I didn't really think he would be there waiting in line. You know what I mean? Like, he was like,
He probably didn't know any better.
I know.
Jerry only probably didn't tell him the right line to stand in.
It was hilarious. He was super cool. It was super funny.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Everyone said
he thought it was great that I said that. And I was like, oh, no, you are the motherfucker. Never mind. So, yeah.
Dude, imagine that happening. I mean, Misfits are my favorite band, like, growing up as a kid. Like, forever. They're, like, my band. And imagine being that guy, being like, oh, look at this fucking poser dressing up like the Misfits. And then he turns around and it's actually him.
It was hilarious. I laughed.
That's a great story.
He's also not a guy you potentially want to piss off either.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Yeah. Yeah. And it could have been like, I don't like people taller than me, so I was just giving this person shit, and then I turned around and I was like, oh shit. You know, I'm 6'5", so I got a little thing about people taller than me. I don't like them, you know. So.
Yeah, he makes this vegan hot sauce that we bought called Howit sauce.
Hot sauce.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. And I spent an extra like $40 to have him sign it.
We did.
But it's signed in like silver Sharpie and it just rubbed off.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's fine.
It's pretty good hot sauce.
Yeah,
It's
it
real
is,
good
it is
hot
really
sauce.
That's some of that hot
Good hot sauce. That's all that matters. Right?
House.
hot sauce.
Like HAWT.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think that would work, man. I don't know. I don't know. I really do. I really do enjoy what you guys put out, and I'm pumped.
Thanks,
to,
man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I know you guys have a show coming up, right? Let's talk about that. You have September 5th.
Yeah, September 5th at Faces in Malden, Massachusetts. It's a newer venue.
Yeah, that's my home away from home. I go there way too much for where I live. I live in between Worcester and Providence, and I go to Malden, and I'm like, oh Jesus, like it's a long drive. But yeah, I love
Faces is nice, man. It's like, and the story behind the whole place is rad. I mean, if you grew up here, then you remember the Faces Club off of Route 2.
I didn't, but I do know of that. Yeah, I have heard the story. Yeah, and is it the same people or
grandkids?
The family, yeah, and they decided that they wanted to, like the one on Route 2 shut down, and then
burned. Something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
There's some like bad story behind it. I don't remember what it was.
But the kids wanted to like continue the legacy, so they reopened it in that bank, which actually my grandfather worked at when it was a bank in like, I don't know, 50s or something.
My grandpa burned down Faces and Route 2 and robbed that fucking bank.
And
well, isn't that nice?
There's a placard on the wall that the people who opened the bank is the Converse family who started Converse shoes.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird connections here.
Yeah, I mean Massachusetts is like that.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, it's a rad venue.
Sorry, real quick. The show on the 5th. It's who's on the bill? I'm trying to find it right now.
Neighborhood Shit.
Yeah, Sky
Tigers.
Sky Tigers. Cool. And that's like I said, that's one of my favorite venues. They have good food, they have good beer,
really good beer,
good vibes.
I've never played there, but I've been to a bunch of shows there, so I'm looking forward to playing there.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a good time.
That's cool.
We know people come out.
Exactly.
You know, it's a venue that it's close enough. You get the Boston crowd, you get the North Shore crowd. Yep. You know, so everybody's inconvenienced the same amount to get to the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's a Friday, so they have good food, so you can go there and get dinner and see a show.
Yeah. And it's on the earlier side, and there's only 3 bands. So
there's parking.
If you're a grandpa and grandma,
parking.
Yep. It's got all the amenities.
It's got all the things the boomer hardcore
right off
kids
the highway.
want to get.
Yeah.
And we got to pick the band, so we picked our friends that kind of go with our sound and stuff. So it was a win-win for us.
I remember the first time I saw Sky Tigers, I was like,
blow your mind.
Yeah, they're so amazing. It's unbelievable.
Dude, they're so good.
It was like a Saturday matinee too, like at the Midway, and I was just like, I was amped.
Yeah, they're great.
So, yeah. And y'all have been in some awesome projects that I've listened to over the years too. So this is awesome. I think this is a cool thing. Now, can I ask you guys something? And like, I'm not saying like, is there, depending on the project you're in, like the vibes are going to be different, right? Like, is there anything that this one has that this particular project has that the other ones were not missing, but like it's just different for you? You know what I mean? Or is it all just kind of like business as usual?
I haven't played in a straight up hardcore band in probably over a decade. Like everything that I've done since the OKD days has been some sort of like post-hardcore, indie rock, some sort of weird proggy kind of bizarro thing. Then
Sisters of Mercy.
Reckler was more like it was more like a Sisters of Mercy sort of dark wavy kind of love letter kind of band thing. So for me, to answer your question, this is the first time I've done a hardcore band in who knows how long.
What about Jay? What projects have you been doing recently before this?
Before this, I was doing so probably it's been 6 years since Lon Chaney. We re-recorded like a digital recording of an album, and we played it live for 8 months or whatever it was. There was just a bunch of various other stuff that I did before that. There was a couple of like punk hardcore mishmash projects that I did. And then there was just like recorded only stuff that I've done that's just been completely like bizarre or just like random, like experimental post sort of stuff. So
What about the stuff you just recorded?
So the stuff that I just recorded was for a band called T-Rex Manning, and it's all just like super like sludgy like stoner sort of stuff. And
I do love that name. I don't love stoner, but
yeah, we're still working on it. It's like been a work in progress for way too long. Yeah.
that name's amazing though.
Yeah.
So is it tough to have like multiple projects at once for you, or is it just kind of like Troy? I know you said like you said like you're crazy, so you had to write this album or whatever, and this is what you did and these songs and but like is there like is it easy to balance, or do you just need to keep trucking and keep doing the thing?
I'm kind of a keep trucking person, but in regards to your previous question, every project I do, I like to be kind of a little bit different. I mean, I'm always going to bleed into it because I am who I am, and I love hardcore and I love oi music, and I love to try to take the parts of those genres that I like and find a cool medium that like makes me happy and amped and excited to do it.
And it's unique.
So, but I still always try to, I'm doing something different. Like in Razors, I wrote a lot of the music, but I never played live. I just sung. So here and I've been playing guitar in a band for years. In Bricks and Mortar, I played bass and sung. So this, I'm playing guitar and doing some backing vocals, but I'm pretty much a guitarist. So that's like, that's different enough for me that like, I'm excited to do it again. And
you have a fancy new guitar.
Yeah, like I get to buy new gear. And get the sound of this band, which is different than the sound I wanted for Razors and different than the sound I wanted for Bricks and Mortar. Like everything I do has its own personality, and this is definitely different than anything I've ever done before. But it's still me. So, part of what I am is going to come out in the DNA. Yeah. But it's if anyone didn't know me personally and listened to Razors and then listened to Tension Scale, they'd be like, they wouldn't know it's the same person writing the songs, I don't think so anyway.
Right on, yeah.
I mean, for me, we talked about a little earlier that, this is my first time doing vocals, and it's completely different than anything that I've ever done, but I'm able to just, like, get over it and be myself and hope that people like it. But, I'm still doing Downhaul stuff. Like, Downhaul is still going. We're still playing shows. Yeah. We just started working on it. Summertime is usually a little break, little unintentional break for us because people like to do summer things. So we're just, like, kept coming back after not playing for, like, a month or so and working on a new song. So that's still going. And this is actually the easiest lift for me because I'm not good at writing songs. I can't write guitar or bass. I could write drums, but we have a drummer. So I just sit back and let the songs come together, and then he gives me the lyrics, and I learn them and scream them, and it's really easy.
You still figure them out your way.
No, that's true. I mean, I do put a little spin on it, but just keep up my endurance, and that's it. So it's like the lightest lift. It's actually and I'm the most excited about our first gig and getting to walk into the fucking venue with just a microphone and a cable. Yeah. And I don't even have to bring that. Technically, I don't have to bring anything.
So what you're telling us is you're not going to help with load-in.
I'm not going to touch any of your gear.
You're not going to help with load-in is what I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing is I'm not helping you load in.
I'm especially not touching those fucking drums, because if I don't have to load a set of drums, I'm just... Obviously, I'll help.
Yeah. Does it do different things for you, Lowrek? Like when you're playing drums as opposed to singing?
Yes.
Like creatively, does it do different things for you? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the drums that I do, it's like I wrote those parts for the songs. It's like no, and actually most of the bands that I'm in, this is not a diss. Like the other people in the band don't play drums and don't sometimes even know what the names of the drums are. Like I remember, and Ty knows this, and this is not an insult at all, but like Ty in Petty Morals used to literally point at like the snare and be like, more of the hi-hat. And I'm like, that's the hi-hat. I'm like, that's the snare. Which one do you want? And I like hit them. I'm like, this one, this one, this one. Oh, this one. Okay. So I'm used to just being like, I write what I think sounds good, and typically no one disagrees. But sometimes it'll be like, oh, a little bit more of like a boom ba da ba dee ba da. I'm like, oh, okay, I know what that is. So yeah, it's a totally different, coming at it from a different angle. As fun, obviously. It's just a completely different thing.
Jay, do you find that that's true in your world? Like, I know that at practice we will often hit you with things like, we want a gorilla beat. We want it to sound like you're throwing a guitar down the stairs. I don't know. I'm just making you throwing gravel in the lawnmower. Like, I don't know. Like, does that? Are you like, what the F are these people talking about half the time?
No, it doesn't shake me up at all. In fact, like, I often appreciate when Low Rec does offer up, her expertise, because like sometimes I do have a hard time speaking Troy, and like she'll straighten me out. we get on that, but we get back in that lane very quickly when she gets me on that track, and I'm like, boom, there it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm good at cueing you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I have to also, that actually is one thing that I have to stop doing, I think, at least when we play. When we do practice, it's fine, but live, I will, like, air play a lot of what Jay is playing. Not because he doesn't know what to do. Like, it's like, I think in the beginning it starts as a cue, and then it just turns into, like, now this is what I do with this part, and it's fun for me. But I'm like, nope, that looks stupid. It looks like I thought I wasn't playing drums in this band, and that's not good.
Yeah, I think by the time we actually get into, like, a real studio and record, we're going to have a pretty solid language of the band, because we all kind of see things a little bit differently now, but we're all trying to interpret each other to make it easier. And like John said, gorilla beats, that's like, like the old Gorilla Biscuits, four on the floor with the toms kind of thing. So I think we're starting to understand when people say stuff what it means. I know I'm always going to need an interpreter, but I think it's getting a little bit better as we go with how we all interpret what the music is supposed to sound like, and how many verses is one. And
that we still don't have down, I don't think.
Yeah, but it is funny though. You mentioned how every band develops their own vocabulary.
Yeah.
Or unless you're like New England Conservatory kids, and then it's like then you actually know how to talk about real words.
You have to use
We're from the street.
Yeah.
When you're from the street, you make up funny phrases for what you mean.
From the street.
Right on.
Yeah, I don't think any of us, I hope I'm not insulting anyone here, but I don't think any of us are those, like, highfalutin musicians that need to stick to, like, traditional music theory or use certain words. Like, we're like, we'll call it, is this a bridge or is this a breakdown? Like, what is it? Like, or like, make up words. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
As long as we all know what we're talking about, no one's going to be, like, an elitist about it.
I think it's freeing that way. When you don't force yourself to be adherent to some sort of, like, not to throw shade against, like, classically trained musicians or anything like that, but like that's clearly not what we're going for.
Right.
And so it sort of frees us up to be able to say, for no reason whatsoever other than I like it, I want to put a chugga chugga part right.
Yeah. And I'm going to call it a chugga chugga part.
And I'm going to call it a chugga chugga part.
And we're going to write it on the whiteboard, chugga chugga 2 times.
Yep. 2 X. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, who cares?
But we remember it because then we laugh about it, and then the next time we know what it like the weird '90s part.
Right. Yeah. And that's part of the vocabulary that if we sat down and said, this is how we talk about the parts of the songs, to someone who's not here, in the practice space with us, they think we were on crack.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to write like a little like dictionary for whoever produces the full record to what we're talking about when we say things.
Right on. So is there anything? I know. I mean, the demo just came out, right? But you guys have anything? Like, do you have any like dates for anything coming up anytime soon for new stuff or?
Well, I mean, so we just continually write all the time. So we've got another 5 songs that we're going to record again in the basement with Swid and Ian Clark from Razors. Basically just like watch and repeat what we did last time, but with a earphone amp that works this time, because we John and I honestly re-recorded the guitar and bass tracks with not hearing the guitar and bass, just playing what it sounds like electric guitar with no sound coming out of it, because the headphone mix just didn't work.
I was going direct pretty much, and so I did my parts just largely hearing just Jay, and just praying that I hope I don't fuck this up, you know, and if I do, I hope it's a fuck up that I can punch in and correct relatively quickly and easily. So, you know, you go to school in the first one, right?
Yeah.
So now we know some things that we want to tweak to make even better. And honestly, that's even the whole point of doing the demo, you know, like Troy was saying, we wanted to capture the songs first for us, because you always want to listen to that and go, okay, I like how that sounds, but I might want to zhuzh the part a little bit, or, you know, whatever. So you learn on that, and then when you go into a more expensive studio where you want to get the more, you know, polished sound of everything, you know, then you've done your homework, and so you know the things that you want to iron out. But we're applying that to the second demo run too.
Yep.
So yeah,
I think the sound is awesome for a demo.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We've gotten really great responses from it. I mean, if you saw how we did it and what the end result was, you'd be like, how?
Dude, there's a picture that Lorek put on Instagram, and it's like tension scale, and it's cool, and it's like behind the scenes and all that, and it's like a slideshow, and it's Jay doing his thing, and it's me doing I don't know what I was doing, and then it's Troy standing in his laundry room
in the laundry
front
room,
of where like the amps were, just to get a little isolation. Put him in the laundry room, but it's hilarious.
It also there's like actually a cool effect that came from it too. I think it's from whatever the metal that's in there. But it was my favorite photo of the whole day. It's you playing in front of the washer dryer.
Yeah, it's great.
We've got another show coming up in
October 4th.
It's like one every month. It's like September, October, November.
Yeah.
We're scheming on a December.
We're doing Malden, Providence, Rhode Island. Then we're coming back and playing Salem. This really rad DIY spot called Moonbase. And then I think we'll be going to Manchester, New Hampshire. And what was the one that you were talking about today in December?
Oh yeah, Big Bar in Salem.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Providence. It's Middletown.
Yeah,
Rhode
Middletown.
Island. We're playing Rejects Beer Company in Middletown, Rhode Island.
Oh, in Middletown, okay.
Yeah. This is a really cool brew pub spot. They do really cool shows. My other band actually just played there this past Sunday, and it was amazing. So we're really looking forward to. We're playing their Oktoberfest.
That's a good time.
And we're going to probably stay at the Breakers Mansion overnight.
So then in between those shows, we'll be recording like another EP, we'll say, because you can't do two demos. And then probably start thinking about going to a real legit studio, maybe New Alliance.
Or Electric Lady. We haven't decided.
Yeah.
What's Electric
Sound
Lady?
City, maybe.
Sound City.
Abbey Road, I don't know.
Inner Ear.
And then I always got like audio, video ideas in my head, so I love doing like video stuff. So I'd be thinking about doing some kind of some video. We've got a really great group of super creative friends around here.
Yeah.
That I've worked with on videos for other bands before. So.
Oh man, a video that's gonna be a production because it's gonna have to be like.
It's gonna be like, you ever see that movie Be Kind Rewind? Where
Yes.
like
Yes.
Jack
Yes.
Black and Mos
Yes.
Def recreate the movie. We're gonna just like recreate the Burbs.
The Burbs, yeah.
Our own like lo-fi way. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's like you said, there's so much like to be able to do with this that like the sky's the limit. You know, if we get an idea and we're all hip to it, we're just gonna go.
I really think Tension Scale is going to be part of the Burbs lore before.
I can only hope.
That would be awesome.
Someone, I forget who it was. Someone asked us if it was like this album is Burbs themed, and then the next album's going to be like another '80s movie themed, and I'm like, oh hell no! There's way too much to do. Way too much to do about the Burbs. B, like that's a lot of work to have each album be a whole different movie, and then you got to change the band.
Well, you gotta love that movie. Though to be real, like when I was thinking, and I think I'm just gonna let you all like do the lyrics, but that one song that I was kicking around trying to think, I was gonna write a song called No Tan Lines about the scene where Corey Feldman is perving on his neighbor's wife,
With the paint.
and he's like, "Hey, no tan lines," and that actress is in the movie Inner Space.
Oh right.
Which is a Dennis Quaid movie from about the same era.
Martin Short and Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. And I love that movie. And I was like, okay, that might be the end. Like those two films exist in the same universe,
Yep.
and you know that's the same. But who knows? Whatever.
Yeah, we
That'd be
can.
awesome.
We did that already with
Oh, the Sentinel.
Yeah.
There's so if
Yeah.
in hard camo.
but that's because they talk about the Sentinel in
no,
the
the Burbs.
Burbs,
Yeah, yeah.
and he explains it to
Yeah.
Ray Peterson.
Right.
Yeah.
So I watched the whole Sentinel and just wrote that part for the breakdown. That's the basis of the movie in like 4 lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to watch it with you guys because I want the.
Hell yeah.
I
Not
want
if you
the-
want to hear the words.
If
Hear
you've
the
already seen it,
lines.
who cares?
We should-
Right. No, I want all this. I want the bonus. I want the bonus
Yeah.
views.
The commentary.
What do they call that? The
Peanut gallery.
the laugh track or whatever, the riff tracks. You want the
Oh,
riff
yeah.
tracks
Yeah, yeah.
version? Yeah.
Yeah.
MST3K
Yeah, the
version.
MST3K version.
Yeah. So, where can people find this? It's on Bandcamp. Is it anywhere else right now, or?
We only put it on Bandcamp because we're like, it's a demo. We're just gonna do this for people to like, hear it, and if they want to throw a couple bucks at it, cool. We didn't put it, but now I'm like, we're starting to think maybe we should get it on a couple of streaming services just to have a wider. Like for instance, we were trying to do like an application for some festival, and they required
Yeah.
you have a Spotify
God, I
account
hate
or
that.
profile. So I was like, well,
Maybe
we'll wait till next year.
maybe the next thing that we do. I really like to keep this one special for the people who like first found out about us.
Yeah.
You know, keep it kind of on Bandcamp because this is like the OG. Everything after this, as the snowball rolls and people find out, we play more shows and blah blah blah. It's cool just to have the original people like have this one thing that's not on every streaming platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
when I find a new band and I want to like hear all their stuff, I really dig it when I go to Spotify. I'm like, oh, okay, this is their first album, whatever. And then I always go to Bandcamp for just in case. And you find like a 3-song demo and a single that got released, that was what they originally sounded like before they got, more produced and everything. And I don't know, I just dig stuff like that.
No, I'm like that. I get mad when there's a band I discover and they're not on Bandcamp. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you must love fractions. That's it. You just you don't like whole numbers, just fractions. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I think you guys, like I said, you guys are great. I can't wait to check you out live. And I'm really looking forward to what you guys come up with what you guys put out next with this, because in my mind, you're already part of the lore of the Burbs.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
like, I don't think I can ever think of that movie and not think of the band now. So,
Wow, thanks,
Nice.
man. That's a huge compliment.
Nice.
of course. Now, where can people find you on social media?
At Tension Scale on Facebook and Instagram, and that's all I've done so far because
Because there's too many.
it's too many. I was a professional marketer for 20 years, and I don't do that anymore, so I don't want to do it anywhere anymore.
I hear you.
Stupid.
It's
Social
like
media is
when I worked on cars and never wanted to work on my own. I get it.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's the
That's
thing.
exactly it.
It's like when I was in
College kid has
porn,
no
Lauren
shoes.
wasn't getting any.
And now we're both in porn, so we just get paid for it.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, if you guys give me like 2 seconds of your time after we close out, is that cool?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
Well, it was a pleasure talking with you all and getting to the bottom of this Burbs situation. I really appreciate you guys for doing this, coming on the podcast and talk with me, and
Yeah, thanks
We
for having me.
appreciate
Yeah,
you having us, yeah.
absolutely.
I can't wait to see you guys out there. So,
We'll do it.
all right, and when there's something new, come back. Let's talk about it more. Let's talk more about the Burbs.
Yeah.
He's trying to play a sample to lead you out.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I was about to ask you.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, give me something.
Thanks, Trev.
Remember what you were saying about people in the burbs are people who mow their lawn for the 800th time and then snap? Well, that's us! It's not them! That's us! We're the ones who are vaulting over the fences and peeking in through people's windows! We're the ones who are throwing garbage on the street and lighting fires! We're the ones who are acting suspicious and paranoid! We're the lunatics! Us! It's not them! It's us.
I don't know what to say. What, do you want me to move?
All right. Thanks, man.
Oh, shit.
All right, and that's the show. I want to thank Tension Scale again for being today's guest on the Struggling Artist Podcast. By the way, that last little thing where Lorex says, "Oh shit," the couch broke they were all sitting on. So if you watch the video, it's quite hilarious. You see that fall. In the show notes, you will find all things Tension Scale. Make sure you check them out. They're a great group of people. I want to thank Chris Chavez, Jeff Bousquet, and Arya Rad for being part of the Struggling Artist Podcast team. You can follow them on Instagram, Chris at 716thesound, Jeff at JRBimage, and Arya at coffin_salesman. Thank you to State Line Records, as I stutter that out, for being sponsors of the show. Head over to the StatelineRecords.com, see what Mark has in stock, grab some records. You know the drill. Go do it now if you haven't done it already. Thank you to the band Losers Circle for always allowing us to use their song, The Great Illusion of Time, off of their album, Took Long Enough. And have you bought their album yet? If not, it's been long overdue. It's took long enough. Now go buy it, okay? Head to bandcamp.com, search for Loser Circle. You will find it there. Or you could go to the website, podcasttsa.com, which is our podcast website, and you can find a link under sponsors. You can find the Loser Circle link there. I make it so easy for you. I did everything but mail it to you. I've done everything but mail it to you. Go pick it up now. Patrons over at Patreon, thank you so much for supporting us. If you want to become a patron, head over to patreon.com/podcasttsa. See what we have available. We'll see what we have for tiers. We always got something brewing over there. So if, I appreciate everyone who does support us. And I hope more join. Patreon.com/podcasttsa. Thank you to everybody who listens, shares the podcast, tells somebody about us, complains about us, yells at us, whatever. Thank you so much, because that means you're listening. If you want to reach out, Trev at thestrugglingartistpodcast.com is the email to use. Or if you want to make a phone call, that's a little old, but if you want to make a phone call, you can call 774-570-1552. That is the Struggling Artist Hotline. You can leave us a voicemail. We'll play it on the show. Or if you want to text us, you can also text 774-570-1552. That's more what people like to do these days. Give us a text, all right? Do it now. It's time to get out of here. We have a song to play. Tension Scale was cool. Tension Scale. Wow. Hold on, Trev. Hold on. We're leaving that in. Tension Scale was cool enough to give us a track off of their demo, It's Not Them, to play. The song is called Green Sky. Until next week, take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you then.
It is a lovely night, isn't it?
Yeah, green sky tonight. Green sky at morning. Neighbor take warning.
Green sky at night.
Neighbor take flight.